The first day of shoot for me was on a stage where I had to sing to a live audience, and it was like this concert setup, which feels like home for me. It is a sequel, obviously, but in so many ways, I feel like the film it's just a completely different world to the first part as well, which makes it so much more exciting as, I think, a moviegoer or a lover of this franchise, so to speak. I think Mohit has created so many dimensions in the second part to make it more exciting for the fans that loved the first part. What really drew me to it was obviously my individual role in it, which it's something very close to my heart since I was very young. I play the role of a singer, and that's something that's been very special to me all my life because I've been a singer all my life before I was an actress. To get to sing my own songs for the first time in a Hindi film was a very, very unique experience. The first day of shoot for me was on a stage where I had to sing to a live audience, and it was like this concert setup, which feels like home for me. So for me, it was just very rewarding, and it felt like coming home to something I've been doing all my life. So I think that's what really drew me to this film, apart from the villainy and the obvious different, unique story that it is.
I love your chemistry with Arjun Kapoor. I think you genuinely comb each other's hair. What is that? Let's just get into that. I mean, that shows a deep bonding that goes beyond. It's almost like very nurturing bond. What's happening between you two? Are you good at faking, or are you really such great friends?
The one thing I wish I was good at is faking a bond with somebody. I can't seem to do that. I think I'm real a person to do that, and I think so is he. We didn't really know each other before we started filming this movie, and we met in Goa because that's where we were shooting the first song for the film. And literally the minute we met, in fact day 2, not day 1 of when we met, we actually got along like a house on fire. We got to know each other a little bit. Everything that like best friends do is what we do. It's crazy, despite not knowing each other, how close we've become. I feel like, and I keep saying this, I feel like I didn't know him before this film, but it also feels like I've known him all my life. And I'm very, very grateful that he is the co-actor that I've spent so much time with on this film. It's a very genuine, rare friendship. And in this industry, it's not easy to come across a real friendship. And I'm very grateful that we are who we are today.
This is a franchise which has like two sets of couples, right? Like, so couple of couples, yes. So what is that? Is that different?
I love this genre of film. Even if I wasn't in this film, it's a film that I would go watch. Yes. Whether it's or Bollywood movies, this is the kind of space that I personally really enjoy. And I feel like I just very recently watched our film, and I noticed something that was really drawing me to want to watch more and more, and that's something I would love to share. It's just that we have an amazing ensemble cast of John, Disha, Arjun, and myself, but I feel like this film has brought out a side to each of us individually that you have definitely not seen before. It's when you think of John Abraham, you think of a few things that define him, or same goes for Arjun or Disha, or perhaps myself as well. But I feel like this one is just so unexpected. I think there's a certain vulnerability that John has brought to this film, a certain amazing style and this macho thing that Arjun has brought to the table. Disha is unbelievably, effortlessly sassy and so comfortable playing her role. It's something you probably haven't seen her play in film before. And with me, I leave that to the people to decide, but I just feel like it was terribly, terribly exciting to see actors like John and Arjun, who've done so much work before, take on something like this that I literally promised the audiences they've never seen before.
Did you have workshops before?
We actually began shooting it just before, I think, the second lockdown. We stopped shooting, I think, a week and a half into shoot because COVID was just all over the place. But I actually feel like I wouldn't have it any other way because it brought this spontaneity and intrigue, I think, to the way that we did the scenes. And it was very, it felt almost like an improvisation when we met and when we did the scenes. And I think that's very interesting because usually things are very rehearsed. And I think Mohit's style and the way I like to shoot and the way Arjun and I ended up, just working and clicking, everything just fell into place. So I'm actually very glad we didn't do workshops and we just met, and it was just that was that. I think we just did most scenes in 2 or 3 takes. It wasn't more than that.
How do you choose your movies? Because one movie is very different from the other. There's absolutely no relation, and you're like, okay, just before you can slot you in. Is that deliberate, or how do you choose your movies?
No, I think the aim is just to keep doing things that excite me, because I feel like I'm the kind of person, if I don't enjoy what I'm doing, it will show. I'm a very sensitive person and a very honest, I would like to think, and real person. So if I didn't enjoy the genre of film that I was doing, it would probably show in the film. I'm very happy to be doing a film like Villain, because it's exactly the kind of film I would want to watch and kind of film I would want to do. I'm just hoping that, people from all over come and love the film, because I never say this because I'm super critical about everything that I do, but this is the film that I'm proudest of, and I hope that people will come and genuinely just support it, because it's a tough time for the movies, and I just hope and pray that everybody watching this comes and gives us some love.